we have a new upgraded product from Nextool that I am very happy that they sent me so I can pass on this info to you. This is the Nextool Flagship Max. We'll dive into it. There are some really good things that I do think that have changed, and we'll go over those in the next couple minutes. What's changed between the Nextool Flagship Pro and the Nextool Flagship Max? Well, the weight has pretty much stayed the same. I was testing this on my scale to get the general idea, 8.7 ounces, or when we take it over to the grams, I'm coming in around 247 grams on the Pro, and with the Max 249 grams. Now, the box itself does say it comes in at 249 grams. This will be roughly equivalent to the weight of a Leatherman Wave. So the weight is pretty much the same. The price is a little different. We'll get into why this is probably worth a little bit more. And this one right here, I think, is about $7 to $10 less, but this does have a discount right now going for $49. Now, one of the things I thought was interesting is we get more of a Leatherman style snap right here, and then you'll notice that you've got room for your Nextool, your Flagship Max, and then also the bit kit in the back, which is pretty nice. This is mostly just your standard bit kit with an adapter. Again, that will come into play in a little bit. All right, so you probably are fairly familiar with this setup. We've got two locking external tools right here. We've got the saw and the knife. Both of these lock up. Now, the knife is one of the big news. That's one of the things that has changed. Now, on the previous version, this was 5CR13 MOV. This has advanced to 8CR13 MOV, and I think that will be big news for some people. Now, some of us may not care that much, but especially with Rock Tool increasing their game, Roxxon increasing their game, Nextool is also increasing their game with this knife, made a little bit better than it was in the past. So that is very good news for a lot of people. We still have inches right here and also centimeters at the bottom, I believe it is. Yep. Go ahead, open this up. We've still got this great set of scissors. Now, with these scissors, one of the things that I have noticed, especially cutting paracord with these, is that they do definitely work better if you hold them a certain way. So if I cut them like this, they work absolutely great, except right there they didn't, but most all the time they slice right through. But here at the bottom, again, you really do need to press the scissors together. They don't always give that performance. You really have to sort of press the blades together, and then they work really, really well. These are a great, really nice set of scissors. I don't think a lot of people will be cutting paracord, even if we did something like cutting a seat belt. Let's see how good these would go. These actually cut right through here. Again, yeah, pretty nice set of scissors right there. I don't have too many complaints. Just be aware that sometimes if they're not cutting great with things, thicker things like paracord, maybe try to hold the blades a little closer together or move up toward the tip. Sometimes they actually cut a little bit better up there. Let's go ahead, fold these away, and we will go to the pliers. Now, I don't know that there's been a huge change in the pliers, so I did look up between the Pro and the Max. It looks like the wire cutters have remained the same. Everything about the pliers seems fairly the same, pretty much the same right there. Doesn't look like a ton has changed. But where I notice a big amount of change is actually here on the plier handle. This right here has definitely changed, and I think definitely for the good. So we have these implements. Let's go ahead, take a look at the older style implements. And one of the things that I think really frustrated some people was this Phillips screwdriver right here on the end of a rope cutter. I don't think that's a great place for it, especially since none of these external tools right here lock. Now, these don't lock either, but you'll notice we have a much better Phillips driver. I don't care that that cutter is gone. I would much prefer this. Now we have this flat driver right here, and then there is a small file, which I think some people might appreciate. Not everyone, but some people might appreciate that. It doesn't look like the most abrasive file. It looks a little bit more like a nail file, but it is there in extreme cases if you have to have one. I have used this flat driver. It does okay, but under extreme pressure, just be aware, again, this is a multi-tool. So there definitely is some twist in the frame if you've got a bolt or something that is really stuck on there. Now this right here is where we will use the adapter kit. This adapter fits on there. Then we can use this bit kit. This feels fairly solid. There is a little bit of wobble, but I feel like it does actually fit in there fairly nice. I do like this option so much better than the previous Flagship Pro. So I think this Max actually has done an excellent job of changing from the previous version. Big fan of some of these changes. Better knife blade, we've got better tools on here, really good options, and even the sheath I feel like is pretty nice as well with this bit kit, all for around $49. Now coming in about 1 ounce heavier, you can get for almost the same price the Rock Tool Gen R, and I still feel like this is the best option to beat in the budget market if you're after this type of tool. This is a fantastic tool. You do have VG10. I still think this is a little bit better option than the Nextool, but I understand if you want a huge set of scissors. So I don't want to say too much about it. One of the things I forgot to mention was that there is a glass breaker at the bottom. When we compare this to other tools, I think some of the pluses in its favor are larger scissors, much larger scissors in many cases. It is very pocketable. It's got a pocket clip. Also, it is a little lightweight. It's about 1 ounce or so lighter than some of the other multi-tools in its that it goes up against. I think it is a fairly good tool for what it is, especially in this upgraded Max function.